All right, welcome everyone to our second annual demo jam at ParDreamin. I'm Courtney, hailing from Neenah, Wisconsin, and I'm joined by my brother from across the pond, Rich.
Hi everyone, I'm Rich, and if the accent hasn't given it away, I'm from Brighton in the UK, and as you can see by what we've got on up here, we are fully embracing Halloween with our wild costumes.
We're here today to highlight our sponsors' products and emphasize opportunities that Pardot customers like you have to extend the capabilities of your stack through an integration. We have 5 amazing demos for you today.
And make sure to keep track throughout, because you can have the chance to vote at the end of the session for your favorite solution. And make sure to show your love in the chat for our demoees too, because we've got 4 spooktacular swag prizes to give away in this session.
And Rich and I work together on the same team at Sercante, and I always make fun of him for his accent. So today, if Rich says 5 British colloquialisms, 5, then we will give away an extra swag prize. All right, so today every participant has 3 minutes to present their demo, and then we'll all vote at the end of the session for our favorite app or product. And the winner will be crowned the Demo Jam Champ. And yes, there's a trophy.
Everyone loves a trophy, of course. And as Courtney said, you're going to see 5. And again, to repeat, 1 rule.
Oh no, we lost Rich. All right, there's 1 rule. The 1 rule is that each presenter only gets 3 minutes to present. So we'll be keeping track in the backside here, and there's no treats for them to start over or go over, only tricks. So let's get started with Adam from Sercante. And for those of you who don't know Sercante, we offer Pardot and Salesforce consulting support and development services. We support growth-minded companies with strategy, technology, and execution across every step of the lead to revenue process. Today we have Adam Erstel. He's got 20 years of software and development, team leadership experience, and a knack for diving into new technologies and learning them quickly. At Sercante, he is the driving force behind all product development initiatives and works with Pardot, Sales Cloud, Heroku, among others. He is our development genius, and we're not just saying that, so he works on more of our projects. And we now like to welcome Sercante's own hidden genius, Adam Erstel.
Hello, thanks for having me back. So last year, I showed 4 apps, smaller apps. I played chicken with the demo gods, and luckily I didn't lose. Today, I'm going to show just 1 app. I'm going to show our advanced Zoom webinar integration. And our goal with this particular integration is to reduce the manual effort required today to launch webinars and make it a little bit easier to manage them when you're doing more than just a couple a month. So I'm going to get started with a very basic example to start. Once the integration is set up, I'm a marketer right now. I'm just going to come into Zoom and I'm going to schedule a webinar. So I can provide my topic, I can choose when it's going to happen, all the things you're used to seeing in Zoom. I'm going to leave registration as required. Then I'm just going to come back to the bottom here and hit schedule. So once the webinar is created, the only thing that I need as a marketer is this webinar ID. And what I need to do is I need to make sure that this value makes it onto the prospect record. Now, that can happen any way that you want, right? We're doing this as a Pardot first integration, right? So as a marketer, you can do this either a form handler, a regular Pardot form, CSV imports. You can get this value here from a Salesforce sync, however you want to, right? It's Pardot first. Once the prospect is saved, our integration is going to run in the background. It's going to look for the prospect with this value. When it finds it, it's going to automatically register the prospect in Zoom Webinar. We're going to send an email automatically with the registration details. I have an example of the email that was sent just now right here. It's a pretty basic email template in Pardot, right? I didn't do a lot of design here, but what's important to note is you have the prospect specific join URL. So they click on this, Zoom says, hey, thanks, Adam, for registering. You're good to go, right? So this is all pretty basic and plain. And what's nice is, as a marketer, you don't have to set anything up, right? The registration email template, the reminder, the thank you for attending, those are all defaults that you can have across all of your webinars. Now, as marketers, we know that sometimes there's an extra special event that we want to have, right? So what we can do is in Salesforce, we create a custom record that represents this Zoom webinar. And in here, we can put a lot of overrides to the defaults, right? So as an example, let me click on the right webinar here. As an example, if I want to customize the registration email template for just this webinar, I can go to Pardot. I'm going to grab the Pardot email template ID from the URL here. I'm going to come back into Salesforce. I'm going to edit the email template ID, and I'm going to save it. Now, if I'm going to register another person with this particular webinar, coming in here, I'm going to go to custom fields, look for my webinar ID, register them. Wait just a few moments for the integration to pick up that value and do all of its magic. I can come back to my email and we will see that this Zoom webinar registration confirmation is now the custom one that we want, right? Still has the join webinar URL and all that fun stuff, right? For the webinar reminders, you can say, I want to send the reminder 24 hours before or whatever. The join URL is also going to be there, right? So that's all good for emails, right? But as marketers, we want to report. We want to do automations off of these prospects, right? So when we look at the prospect, we see that we have the emails here, and we also see that we will have some lists. Right, so for the one I just created, we see that there's 2 that have registered. We see the lists have automatically been created. In the Salesforce side, looking at a previous one, we can see that in the Salesforce campaign, we have the campaign member records. So that's it. I ran out of time.
You did. I gave you 4 seconds extra. I was being nice, but I did have to cut you off, but that was great. Thank you, Adam, for that. And there, you can see, I'm just now going to introduce our next demo. So this demo is Saascend, and it's a great tool that powers go-to-market teams to hit their ultimate revenue potential by combining RevOps, domain expertise with cutting-edge Google Tag Manager technologies, so that teams can just focus on scaling revenue. They've been creating SaaS plus service platforms for RevOps, partnering with clients to guide, coach, and manage their Google Tag Manager tech stacks for years. And I'm just going to introduce our speaker, who is Craig Jordan. He is the founder of Saascend and a revenue operations expert that's been working with over 300 companies. And it would probably take me the rest of this session to name 300 companies, so that's pretty impressive. His background includes over 10 years of experience as a marketing lead, entrepreneur, coach, and technology strategist. And without further ado, we'd love to welcome Craig to the stage. So your time has started.
Amazing. Thank you, Richard.
Go.
All right. So on today's demo, we wanted to showcase our attribution platform. We built this entirely native within Salesforce. It integrates with Pardot. And we wanted to focus on two key elements of both the individual contributor and how you're curating and doing all the groundwork to be able to enable attribution, as well as the C-suite executive to be able to answer a very simple question of what's working and what's not. So for those of you who have ever created a campaign in Salesforce before, you can find it's cumbersome, it takes a lot of time, but it's the cornerstone of all things attribution. So for today's example, we've built out a structure to be able to make that as seamless as possible. You can focus on whatever your conversion event is. In case, let's say this is the webinar demo jam as an example, it selects attributes to kind of showcase different elements of whatever that conversion event might be, whether it's a webinar, an ebook, etc. But one of the challenges that you face with campaign creation is the actual event of campaign creation. So we decided to kind of solve the problem by focusing on how can we make this faster, how can we make it more seamless, and more importantly, how can we make it so that way you're able to actively do this without having to click 1.5 million buttons. And in the 15 seconds that I've been talking, we're now going to create a series of campaigns very seamlessly by promotion channel with a structure that makes it so that way it's consistent regardless if it's somebody's first day or if it's someone who's been on your team for years. So the way that we view the world on the campaign side is being able to have structure around proper hierarchy, having the associated attributes across all of those different elements. But then more importantly, how do we tie this into Pardot? So we built out a structure and a second feature called Attribution Links. And so Attribution Links are going to allow you to be able to do testing between ads that you might be running, as well as making it consistent across kind of native and custom fields, things like lead source values or UTM data. So that way, one of the other areas which has been a challenge for people historically has been around a single landing page with multiple promotional channels. So as you can see, we're able to kind of fill in that data very easily, very seamlessly. The individual contributor is able to take that link and promote whatever conversion event that you might have. This will all flow into Salesforce, will tie in, but the ultimate goal is how do we visualize this? How do we make this something so that way we're actually able to see not only how are we impacting opportunities, but also things like meetings, MQL generation, etc. So again, all natively built, all structured. We can filter down by individual campaigns, by timeline, get key metrics and have better association, as well as look at cohorts of data and pertaining to things like what's our top ROI performing campaign? How do we know how much kind of cost per lead we'd have, as well as things related to our funnel? So overall, being able to tie all this data into an architecture within Salesforce and allowing you all to be able to use either native reporting or custom reporting to visualize that. My time.
Brilliant. Perfect, Craig. Absolutely great. Thank you very much. So Craig's going to jump out and Courtney's going to talk about our next presenter.
Yes. Next, we have Qualified. Qualified is the conversational sales and marketing platform for revenue teams that use Salesforce, leading B2B brands like Adobe, Bitly, SurveyMonkey, ThoughtSpot, and VMware trust Qualified to grow their pipeline by tapping into their greatest asset, their corporate website, and identify their most valuable buyers, understand their intent, and instantly start a sales conversation. Qualified runs natively on Salesforce and is ranked #1 in its category on the Salesforce App Exchange. We've got Jeff, and he is the lead solutions engineer at Qualified. He has over 8 years of experience in B2B and B2C marketing and sales software. Jeff is a software expert who has a vast experience with the CRM, marketing automation, account-based marketing, sales enablement, and analytics. He has worked across some key industries, including but not limited to healthcare, technology, pharmaceutical, and finance. And now we love to invite Jeff to present on behalf of Qualified. Jeff, do you want to share your screen for us so you can see your demo?
Absolutely. Yeah, let me go ahead and get that going here.
Perfect. All right.
Fantastic. Hey, everybody. Pleasure to meet you. I'm excited to show you guys a quick taste of what Qualified conversational marketing can potentially add to your tech stack here. Before joining Qualified, I worked for 9 years at Pardot, actually. So I know as well as all of you guys know, we're all using Pardot to launch a whole bunch of campaigns, right? With the main purpose to drive folks back to the website and hope that they land on a landing page, fill out a form, right? The only problem is that form completions are down. We see less than 5% of traffic that we're driving back to the site actually filling out forms. So the goal with Qualified is to de-anonymize your web traffic. Understand, using the Pardot cookie, using third-party data, using reverse IP, understand who's hitting your website, and then determining, should we route that immediately to a sales rep? Should we use a chat bot to start the engagement process? And so we're going to see a quick example of that. My company, Makana Health, we're going to see what happens when Gina, who works at Piedmont Healthcare, lands on the website. How can we get that in the hands of our SDR team immediately? What this looks like in practice, if I open up Qualified really quickly, is that as we have web traffic coming onto our website, what we want to do is we want to start to segment them and understand why are they important, right? Do they have an open opportunity record in Salesforce? Do they match a target ABM account that we're going after? Has our sales rep been engaging with that individual? And so what we can do is route that in real time. So I'm going to go ahead as Gina really quickly and click through a quick LinkedIn ad that we've got here. And what's going to happen, Piedmont is one of my ABM accounts, one of my target accounts. And so I want to route that over to the SDR in real time when Gina clicks through and lands on our landing page. So that's going to pop up here in just a quick second, alerting the rep that Gina just
Target account alert. It's Gina Parrott from Piedmont Healthcare.
Sorry, the Siri alert always tends to interrupt me, but you heard the audio alert there. That can go straight to the SDR. We can do things like Slack alerts, chatter alerts, email alerts. Essentially, think of it like wolf.com from The Office, if you guys have ever seen that episode, where on every channel possible, we want to let your team know that Gina just hit the site. Because what's going to happen is that if Gina's on the site, doing her research, we can meet her there right on the site, and your rep can jump in and see that she's there, jump in straight into a live chat. Now, we're fully built on Salesforce, and so we want to pull in all of the data from your tech stack on the left-hand side and understand exactly who Gina is, match up with her account record, match up with Pardot, see her score, and be able to have a meaningful conversation right there on the site. And now, while we're doing that, all of this gets logged directly back into Salesforce. We can see exactly the conversations that have taken place, and it can influence the Pardot score too. Sorry, I had the 3 minutes going on my phone.
You've just beaten me to it. Stealing my thunder, Jeff. Come on. I've only got one job here.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. No, that's brilliant. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to welcome Courtney back. And thank you again for that, Jeff.
Awesome. All right. We've got some swag to give away. Do you want to start us off, Rich, with who you think should get the first spooktacular swag?
Yes. I'm going to give it to someone who guessed correctly that when I froze, there was a number of British colloquialisms that came to my mind and vocally came out. So lucky I wasn't sharing at that time. I'm going to give it to Dave Frey.
Nice, Dave. Congratulations. And I am going to give a swag item out to Molly Eng, who called out both my Wisconsin accent and Rich's British accent, which I did not realize my own.
There you go.
Yes. Me neither, apparently, but we make a great pair, I guess.
Yeah.
So Molly, you've got some swag coming your way for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
and then I'm going to give another one to Vikrant for shouting up the chat and trying to bring some energy by saying it should be full of loads of excitement.
Yes, pump up that chat.
Yeah, if only words could bring energy, right, on a page.
And our fourth one, we need to get some more colloquialisms out of Rich here in the next couple demos, but our fourth one is going to go to Mike Kiffel because his mind was blown. And I feel like he's going to need something to help probably clean that up or calm them down. So Mike K, you've got some swag coming your way too. All right. Up next, Rich, are you taking this one?
You can do this one. Go for it, Courtney.
Okay. Awesome. We've got Feedotter next. And so Feedotter provides content email marketing software that allows you to create personalized email newsletters and send automated blog emails out of Pardot. With built-in templates for newsletters, blog digests, and employee emails, an easy-to-use interface, you can create and send emails in less than 15 minutes. Andy Thiemer is the founder and CEO of Feedotter, and he enjoys building tech companies, marketing strategies, and anything radio controlled. His specialties include tech, SEO, SaaS, content marketing, influencer marketing, and marketing automation. All right, Andy.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Oh. Am I unmuted?
You are. I will start your time now.
Thank you, Rich. Good morning, good afternoon, good early morning, good evening to everybody out there across the world. I'm Andy with Feedotter. Several years ago, as a marketing automation person, I had the problem trying to get my marketers that did such a great job of producing content on our website to email that out using our Pardot software. They were great at creating awesome blog posts, other web-based content, videos, podcasts. But when it came time to build an email using everybody's favorite email builders, the emails never got built and sent. 6 years ago, that was the impetus for creating Feedotter for Pardot. We provide a familiar RSS to email based solution that allows you to quickly and easily connect your blog and website content to an automation rule inside the Feedotter app that will automatically send an email to Pardot and then tell Pardot to send an email to your designated lists. All of the emails inside Pardot. Better yet, in marketing automation, everything is difficult and there are always at least 10 ways to achieve any particular goal. We've tried to make everything very straightforward. So whether you want to send a notification every time a new blog is published, Feedotter can help you set up the schedule, plug in your RSS feed, create a great looking template using our built-in library of templates, or by uploading your own template that your designers created, and then connecting to your Pardot instance and sending to the particular Pardot lists that you have subscribed. Feedotter also works great for the blog digest use case or a weekly or monthly newsletter where you have multiple posts. Feedotter's smart enough to always know to pick up only new content as it's published, collecting those posts and compiling them into a great looking email. Again, all emails are built and sent from Pardot. So Feedotter's job is to take the heavy lifting of copying and pasting that website content into the email, handing it off to Pardot. Pardot sends it to all of your lists and subscribers. If you'd like more of an editorial approach, we have a second tool that allows you to curate a newsletter of content. Instead of automating the newsletter, you have an interface that allows you to quickly access content from your website and click on the various pieces of website content to curate the posts that flow into your newsletter. This is great for publishers and other companies that have a very familiar and similar email newsletter look, but want to change out the content articles on each send. Again, with one click, these emails can be published to Pardot and appear as any other Pardot email does. All sending is again done through Pardot with minimal effort from your team.
That's great, Andy. I'm going to have to jump in there. That was brilliant. We've got most of that in, so that's great. Thank you for that. We're now going to look to introduce our last presenter. I have had a backroom message that I have not dropped enough colloquialisms, So I am just having a cheeky cup of tea at the moment as well. So there's 2 for you, Courtney, so you can strike them down. So I'm now going to get to our final presenter of the demo jam, and that is Getfeedback. And just a little introduction is Getfeedback is an agile CX platform for Salesforce that enables your team to start fast and think big so that you can focus on what matters most, your customers. Getfeedback surveys are used by some of the world's most innovative brands to monitor customer satisfaction and boost engagement, all while ensuring a seamless on-brand experience. Now, the presenter on Getfeedback is Alan McDougall, and he is an engineering manager on the Getfeedback platform with 20 years of experience. When asked for a quote on himself, he replied with the very cheeky comment of, "I've been everywhere, man, so just leave it at that." And as Thomas has pointed out as well, he is already winning on the smart dress front. So Alan, thanks for making me look bad in the t-shirt and the horn ears. Thanks for that one.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
Courtney and rest of the chat. I'm also from the Midwest. I grew up in Illinois and I lived for 4 years in Milwaukee. So bringing this Midwest love here as well. So as he mentioned, I'm not sure when the demo clock starts, but we do surveys. Your customer has feedback. You want to get it, get feedback. I am going to share, let's find this window. Here we go. So let's get it in. Right here, you see the homepage of an individual user's Getfeedback account. It says, "Welcome Yogesh," because I'm logged in as my colleague Yogesh, who programmed the feature that I'm about to demonstrate. As you can see, we have 4 surveys right here. We're going to click into this example product survey. You see the very first question is a CSAT, customer satisfaction question. We have some custom survey logic set up so that if you answer negatively, it sends you to this question for follow-up information. If you answer positively, it sends you to a different follow-up question. We have a system where if you click that in the email, you click the answer to that first question, it will send you directly to the follow-up, recording that first question immediately. You can send that through our system, but we want to be able to send it through Salesforce or Pardot. To that end, we're going to use the new email template builder, which lets you drag and drop components. Right here, you see our Salesforce app. You can see it is linked to the Getfeedback account, so we see the same 4 surveys right there. We are going to create an email template that's going to embed the first question of that lifecycle survey. So we go to email templates. We create a new email template. We're going to give it the very imaginative name of Alan Test and save it. And we're going to edit it in the builder. This lets us visually create a template. You can see right here, we're able to drag and drop components from the left into the thing. Normally, you might use a company logo, for instance, but in this case, I'm going to use a picture of my adorable dog, Athena. But here is the second best thing about this demo. We have this is beta software. It's still in development, but we have a Getfeedback survey template. If you drag this into your email, it prompts you to select a survey, and over on the right, you see these are the same 4 surveys that are in your account because it's linked. If we click one, it automatically generates all the HTML for the first question in the survey and puts it in the template. We're going to use this lifecycle survey that has the CSAT we're concerned with. Here it is right there. We're going to hit save, and it's going to save it. It's going to generate that template. We're going to go back to the details, and here we are. This is an actual preview. These are live links, and I'm going to demonstrate it by clicking one of the, let's say I gave an unsatisfied answer. It sends us straight to the follow-up question. If we do hit back, we are going to see that that answer has already been filled in. The customer doesn't even have to answer this question. They clicked that button in the email. It's already answered for them. Same thing, if they give a positive answer, it sends them straight to the positive follow-up question. And from that point on, Their data is already in Getfeedback. They can answer the rest of the survey. This is a great way of getting people right there into the survey, getting them engaged, getting them clicking on things. And that's why our survey response rates are high. That's why we get the data. We have a full life cycle. It'll push it through to Salesforce. It can push it through to other integrations. There is a ton of stuff that I can't even begin to get into in the 3 minutes, which are probably already up.
They are now, yes. Thank you for that.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Just freezing again, but we have a poll for you. So thank you to all of our demoers today. We're going to warm up our polling fingers here
Thank
to
you for
vote
that.
for our demoers. And I'm going to launch that right now. Who wore it better, Rich or Courtney? Well, Rich is rebooting himself. I will
Hi there.
say vote for me.
Looks like my internet is on a bit of a sticky wicket at the moment and keeps dropping in and out. Shout out to whoever wanted that said in the chat. It now looks like Courtney's got the same happening to her. So what we have now is we are going to be doing a poll of who has presented it best. But firstly, we're going to have a bit of a poll of who wore it best, and staggered by the results of this one. I really am. I will just let that one carry on voting for now, and we'll see who that goes. It will be a little bit of banter to see, just between me and Courtney. We placed a bit of a wager beforehand to see who'll win this. So I really hope it's me. And Courtney.
I'm back. What did I miss?
I managed to get Sticky Wicket in there somehow, talking about our internet connections. So there you go.
I said, mic drop, he got Sticky Wicket in a sentence. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, but what are the results for our first poll? Oh, Rich, that's embarrassing.
It really is. All this effort I put in for a fancy dress outfit.
Yeah. So this is the best part is, well, let's launch our next poll and then we'll keep chatting. But our next poll is the real one. So there's a trophy involved with this, everyone. Who had your favorite demo? Who was the fairest demoer of them all? Please vote. This is very important. There's a lot riding on this. Anyway, back to the previous poll where I think I won, Rich. I'm going to hold this against you for so long.
Oh, I might have to just not attend any of our team meetings ever again now.
Yeah, I think so.
I know.
Now, I specifically didn't ask you this question from the chat before the poll because I didn't want it to sway the results, but are you wearing Prada?
I am, but it's not fit for the screen, so we'll leave it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pair of shoes, but they're too high-heeled to walk around in. Just a quick shout out to Triana for also having devil horns as well and supporting me. Got to represent.
That's amazing. Also, I think that Rich hit his 5 British colloquialisms during this episode. So we are going to give away our final swag, and we are sending it off to, I forgot. Oh, Amanda M. for calling Rich the devil bad cop, because that's exactly what he was today, calling everybody out on their 3-minute limits. So yes, Amanda M. for calling Rich what it is. Awesome. Get those votes in. There's still a few people that haven't voted yet, so let's get those numbers up. Amazing. They're coming in. It's really close. Every vote matters. All right.
I think after this, we've definitely got a gig in presenting some sort of like America's Got Talent or something along those lines.
Yeah, I think so, especially with these costumes. Maybe like the masked singer we could do or something like that. I don't even know if you have that in the UK.
We do, yeah.
Oh gosh.
I've definitely got the face for it, but not the voice.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say, every time I looked at this meeting invite for the demo jam this morning, in spirit of Halloween, I kept hearing the Crypt Jam in my head. So for those of you that know Crypt Jam, Crypt Keeper, yes, come on, give me a little love in the chat. Rich clearly doesn't know what's going on.
I have no idea what you're talking about at
It's
all.
the Crypt Jam.
Nope.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. All right, someone post that link in the chat. All right, we're going to close the poll and show the final results. And Rich, take it away. What are we seeing here as our order?
So, in 4th place, we have Momentive. Can you do that, or do you want me to do the keep going from here?
Keep going, keep going.
Okay, all right. In 3rd place, we have Qualified.
Yay! That's very lackluster. We need more people cheering.
Yeah. And then in 2nd place, we have Saascend. So
Yay!
that means in 1st place this year, new winner of Feedotter.
All right, Andy. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Congratulations, Feedotter, and thank you again to all of our presenters. This was a super fun morning for me. Good afternoon for Rich, and thanks again and for joining us. And a special shout out to all of our sponsors for their support. Without them, of course, ParDreamin would not be possible. Make sure to stop into their booths sometime today if you haven't already. Show them some love. Follow up with the presenters today on any of the amazing solutions that they showed us. Congratulations, Andy and Feedotter. We'll see you later.
Thank you all.
Congratulations. Bye.